but I think she's like super badass. Hey, it's your girl A-Garden with an A, and I'm back with movie time. Hey, I'm back with movie time. Hey, we got these movies rolling, these TV shows rolling. So excited to talk to you about more TV, film, and movies. Y'all like my lifeguard hat? You know, I like it too. No, I'm not a lifeguard. No, I've never been certified to be a lifeguard. I actually just learned how to swim last year, and I did almost drown in that class. So don't expect me to save you. And if they didn't want me to have this hat, they shouldn't keep it in tourist stores in Myrtle Beach. So no, I can't save you. But you know who can? Jesus. But for the sake of this episode, superheroes. We are hitting the comic books. Oh snap. Which one is she gonna pick? I am actually a Marvel Cinema Universe fan. But you know, that has also opened me up a little bit about, you know, movie universes in general. So today we are hitting The Watchmen. The Watchmen is based off of the 1986 comic by Alan Moore and David Gibbons about these vigilantes who solving crimes based on their own judgment kind of thing, en masse. None of them really have superpowers, but except for Dr. Manhattan. And then you also have the prequel, which is The Minutemen. But yeah, it's a lot of complications, confusion. It's great. It's great though, and I absolutely love this show. There was a film that did come out starring Keira Knightley of The Watchmen, but this is not actually based on that version of The Watchmen. It's based on the actual comics. You are dropped into 1921 Tulsa, Oklahoma. If you know that historic year, that is the tragedy of the Tulsa massacre, which I'm very happy that the film world is trying to bring this out, because that is a part of history that was erased that a lot of us didn't know about until recently, or until we got older. And so I'm actually very happy that they decided to incorporate that into the HBO series, The Watchmen. It's a pretty hot topic in the erasure of Black history right now, especially people are trying to like dig up the facts and all of that stuff. And so be on the lookout for some movies, TV shows that kind of highlight Black Wall Street. And for those of you who don't know, Black Wall Street was in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The neighborhood was called Greenwood. It was a very affluent Black and African American community where the businesses were Black, the franchises were Black. People would have jobs in other cities in Oklahoma, and they would come back to Greenwood, and they would and Black people would spend their money there. They had hotels, movie theaters, doctors' offices. It was just a beautiful place. Just a little bit of backstory. You are meeting Angela Abar. She's an undercover police officer who fights crime as a vigilante called Sister Night. I don't know much about Sister Night, don't ask me, but I think she's like super badass. Her husband knows about it. Nobody else really knows about it except for the police force, of course. And you also have like this group of vigilantes that fight in the police department after this fictional tragedy where this white supremacy group called the 7th Cavalry goes and kills all the police officers in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And they kind of mess up because they miss two people. They miss the police chief, and they also miss Angela Abar. For someone who did not read the comics, I was confused for most of it, but the story was so interesting. I was just like, well, I'm not going to stop watching it, so let's just keep going. Let's just run with it. Let's just be confused. It's fine. We'll figure it out at the end. And so that was like a great job on their part, even though I'm not, I don't have background in The Watchmen or The Minutemen, but I absolutely love this show. For our actors, we've got Regina King and Yahya Abdul-Mateen again. There are some things I wasn't expecting to see in my lifetime, like seeing Yahya Abdul-Mateen full-fledged naked. I'll let it go. I'll get over it. It's fine. Yeah, they have them looking real young, so shout out to hair and makeup, okay? We love y'all, because she was slutty. That's all I'll say. Every time, every day. It's definitely a very complex story. It's a lot going on here. You kind of get an origin story. You're also kind of getting a little bit of, just all of the stuff that's happening at that time. Also did see my baby girl from This Is Us. I love her so much. It was so crazy to see her. It was so good to see her. I mean, I swore before I watched this show, I saw it on Instagram and I just forgot about it. But anyway, this show is only one season. Can you believe it? 9 episodes, just 9 episodes. That's all you get. That's all you're gonna get, and that's it. And so I was like, dang, man, there's only 9 episodes. It's absolutely crazy. But that's really all it needed for you to get everything you needed to get about this specific storyline, this specific plot line. So so it's okay that they did it, in essence. But you know, I hate it. I'm like, because so then I had to depart from it, and I struggled trying to find something else to watch afterwards. For most of the show, I was pretty confused. But everything was just so interesting. It was like I was a cat looking at a bright, like a red light. Like, you know those cat videos where the cat is following a red light? I feel like that was me watching this show. I was like, I don't know why it's interesting. I don't want to touch it. I want to grab it. I want to keep going. And I want to keep watching it. It was just so weird. But by the end, I did understand what was going on, and I love the plot twists. All the plot twists in the show were like amazing. I was just like, yes! In this show, they set it up where all the police officers wear masks. Perfect plot line for right now, right? Oh my god. And the reason that the police officers are allowed to wear masks is because there was the issue of the White Night, the night of the White Night, where the 7th Cavalry came and killed all the police officers in a unit, which was like super crazy. And so they were like, you know what? Now you won't know who they are because they'll have masks on. Cool, fine, whatever. I wish a police officer would try that foolishness today. Because, you know, now what they do is they've tried to, you know, there have been videos where police officers try to cover their, the precinct that they're from, or they try to cover their police officer identification number, so you can't, you know, you can't record it if they do something. In a way, it's like them trying to stand against solidarity with other police officers or something. Do your job. The love story between Regina and Yaya, I was like, oh my god! Like, I mean, they do kind of unfold that as well. They do talk a little bit about their relationship. And because at first I was like, what is up with this man? He just in the house with the kids. Sir, you don't got no other job or nothing? Like, you just be sitting at home waiting for her to come tell you what happened at work? I don't get it. Like, what's going on? But that was just me. I was very confused by that, and I was just like, okay. Then I got it. By the end, it was like, oh, okay, I see why he was out. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not bashing it. I'm sorry. Anyway, one of my favorite characters was actually Lady True. I don't know what she was like in the comics, but this girl was everything. Like, literally everything for me. And I mean, I didn't really, like, I loved her through the whole show. Like, she was just this girl. She popped in. She ain't asked no questions. She said, okay, we're going to do this, and this. You're going to do it. I'm going to pay for it, but it's fine. I got billions. I have trillions of dollars. So, you know, I'll cover it. It's good. But you are going to move out of my way. And I absolutely love that about her. Shout out to Lady True. I mean, she lost her cool a little bit at the end there. But, you know, definitely go watch it to see how it is. But I absolutely loved her as a character. Definitely one of my favorite characters, of course, after Sister Night. Because I did like her. She was always just so confused. She just never knew what was going on. I was like, come on, girl. Bring it together. Bring it together a little bit. They did talk about Hooded Justice, who was a character in the Minutemen. They actually did an interesting spin on him for this one, because the conversation originally was, well, he's a superhero in the 1980s, and so you assume he's a white man. But they kind of challenged us a little bit here. Hooded Justice was a vigilante who he was covered top to bottom. So like he had his hood on, he wore gloves, you couldn't see any of his skin except for the skin under his eyes when he would put his hood on. And so you would just assume that he was white. And so the spin they do here is they actually make him a black man, which I'm like, whoa. And I mean, it's also a little controversial because the Hooded Justice wears a noose around his neck. And so instead of, I mean, because for the most part, the Watchmen, the Minutemen, they were all kind of twisted in my understanding. They all had like this weird thing that they were doing. Like they were fighting their form of crimes. And so like say you're in the KKK, your form of crime is like, he's a black man. And they all had this like really weird idea of right and wrong and all that stuff, and they fought based on their judgment of right and wrong. They decided to spin it, twist it up here, and made him a black man, and I was like, okay, you know, I'm kind of with this. I'm okay with this, and so let's run with it. So definitely be on the lookout for that twist, and how they unfold that. I absolutely love that they incorporated the Tulsa Massacre of 1921. It is a little graphic, so definitely know your triggers, know your warning signs, know your limits there. One of the biggest themes that they hit on is fear. And I mean, for the most part, everybody is kind of blooming in a fear, because there's an extraterrestrial event that happens that scares a whole bunch of people. It kills like 3 million people. And then there's, of course, the Tulsa Massacre, where people are in fear of an attack like that again. And then you have the White Night, which is the fictional incident where they kill all the police officers. That's another incident that people are living in fear from. Everybody in this show is feeding off, or is working or is driven by their fears, the things that they're afraid of. And so really it's about, this show kind of pokes at everybody's fears. Like, is this kind of attack gonna happen again? Will we die again? Like, will we experience such tragedy again? What is gonna happen? And so everybody's fears are piling on, and some people's fears are different than others. Like, some people's fears are the fear of dying, some people's fears are the fear of being forgotten. So I think it's definitely a super cool concept. Amazing show. I love this show. Shout out to Regina King and Yaha Abdul-Mateen. I love them. I love them. Definitely still. If you're a romance kind of person, you'll love their storyline. You'll love their story. I think that was like super cool. So definitely check that out. It's only 9 episodes. Each of them are about an hour long, so you can get through it really fast, but savor the moments. Because I wish I did. Don't binge it. Savor the moments. But that's it, y'all. That's all I got for y'all. If you're a comic fan, you're a comic buff, definitely tell me how you felt about the depiction of the show, or the depiction of the comic based on the show. If you had no idea about the Watchmen and you watched the show like me, definitely also drop in the comments how you felt. And y'all, tell me what shows and movies you want me to review. Drop those in the comments too. And I'm still looking for a theme song. Always, you can follow me at AYEGARVIN and at Garvin Girls Entertainment at GARVIN GRRLFENT. Hey, come on, hey, it's a party, hey, it's a party, hey, see y'all.